Okay, our third app is called Gravit Designer, and this is actually based on Adobe Illustrator, and so it's a little bit different than maybe what you're used to. I did have to make an account, or at least I did make an account. I don't know if I had to or not, but I did, and it gave me like the pro version. So I don't know what happens when the pro version runs out. We'll find out. I've got 11 days left here. All right, it's a little different. First of all, it uses it's not pixel based like the other programs. It doesn't use little square dots. It actually uses mathematics to make the shapes and stuff that's in it. But don't worry, you don't have to do the math. The app does it for you, so it's cool. And it's also backwards. The layers are on the left, and all your selection stuff is on the right. So I'm just going to show you a few things on here. For example, just making basic shapes. Like you could take a star, and you can click in here, and you can make your star. You can make it bigger, you can make it smaller, and when you let go of the mouse, it makes the star. Now I've got my selection tool there. I can move it where I want it to, and you can use these regular things like rotate and size it by grabbing the ends, like you would any program. So once you've got your shape, you've got all your things you can do to it over here. For example, you've got your fill color, so you can click on it and you can change the color. So right there it's red. And not only can you change the color, but you can change the border, which is the space around it. So if I click here, boop, you'll see it says 1 point border. It's a black outline around it, and you can make that bigger. You know, you can go up, make a couple points, however you want, or you can make it really fat. Okay, you get the idea. I'm gonna go back to like a little border, and also when you click your fill, you don't have to just choose color where it says color fill here, but your gradients are there as well. So you can choose, let's say, a radial gradient, and you can decide the colors you want it to be. I can make it beautiful radial gradient, and nobody likes it to be black, so I'm going to make it red on one side, and I'm going to make it like yellow on the other side, because it's beautiful. So if I don't know how to do that, apparently. There we go. Oh, that's much better. Actually, it's kind of green. Oh, look, that's pretty too. Oh, I messed it all up. Go back. This online stuff is harder than it looks. Okay, there you go. Beautiful. Great. You get the idea. And you can adjust the gradient by using these tools here. Now, that was fun. Not only can you change the colors, but you can change the shape itself for the appearance. For example, I have 5 points, but I can just bump that up and I can have more points. I could have like 1,000,000 points. Look at all those points. And not just that, but I can change the size of the points. I can make it really, really spiky. I can make it rounder. I can have all this fun with it. So I think I made a sunflower. Look how beautiful that is. So there you go, a little sunflower. Beautiful. Now, the next thing you need to know about is the pen tool, which you use with a path. And this is a tricky little tool. What it does is when you click on it, it makes a point, and then if you drag, it'll follow that point to make the line. And if you click and you hold down the mouse, by dragging it out, you can make the points round, or you could have just left it straight if it was down in the middle. So if you wanted to make a shape, a weirdo shape, you just keep going like that, and when you get back to the end there, it connects, and then you've got your shape. And of course you can fill that just like any other shape. So let's go with green. Now look, I made a beautiful leaf. It looks like a leaf. Okay, right there. And what else can you do with this fun tool? You can add effects. Sure, it's got some effects, not as much as the other tools do, but it's got a drop shadow. It's got inner shadow. Inner shadow might be fun. You can see it doesn't have a shadow yet because the X and Y coordinates here, remember this is math, are 0, but if you just bump that up a little bit, you can see here the shadow's starting to come in. So you can have a little fun with that, and you can change the X and the Y however you want to play around with it. So now it really looks like a leaf. And of course you can copy and paste by just selecting on it and Control C, Control V. And now I've got, look at that, beautiful. And you can flip that somehow, transform, flip vertical. Yeah, wow, that was beautiful. And now I made 2 leaves for my plant. Feeling pretty good about that. And you can see if I kept going, I could have a whole little thing there. Now, these are all separated. If I wanted them to be together, I can select them all by just drawing a box around them with my selection tool. Now they're all selected, and you can group these. Let's see, I know you can. There you go, group selection. And now it's one big whole selection.